Hello everyone, let us continue the chapter Physical Features of India. So dear student, today we are going to discuss about the third important major physiographic features of India is the Peninsular Plateau. Plateau is a flat land, either tableland, and also known as the high plain. Okay, it rises significantly above from its surrounding. So the Peninsular Plateau also is a tableland. So dear student, think how it was formed. It is a part of the Gondwana land. In previous classes, in the formation of the Himalayan mountain, we discussed about the Angara Land and Gondwana land. There was a one supercontinent known as the Pangaea, which is separated by the Tethys Sea, the northern part known as the Angara Land and southern part known as the Gondwana land. So dear students, see the diagram. This is a plateau region. So this plateau region formed due to the broken and drifting of the Gondwana land. This Gondwana is a old landmass that formed the Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular, that means three sides is covered by the water. In west is covered by the Arabian Sea, south Indian Ocean, and east is covered by the Bay of Bengal. This Peninsular Plateau is composed by the crystalline, igneous and metamorphic rocks. And this plateau has broad and shallow valleys and rounded hill. And this plateau region mainly divided into a two part. The first is Central Highland. This part is known as the Central Highland, and the southern part is known as the Deccan Plateau. Next we see the Central Highland. So dear students, see the picture again. Okay, the Peninsular Plateau divided into a two part, the northern and southern. This is a Narmada river. The north of the Narmada river known as the Central Highland, and the south portion of the Narmada river known as the Deccan Plateau. Okay, so now we talk about the Central Highland. So this Central Highland, just see, it lying just north of the Narmada river and major part of the Malwa Plateau. Major part of the Malwa Plateau is known the Central Highland. It is known as the Central Highland. And you see, it's a Vindhya range. The Vindhya range, it is bounded by the Satpura range in south, and in northwest it bounded by the either covered by the Aravalli range. When we cross the Aravalli range, we reach to the rocky desert surface, that's known as the Thor desert. Okay, so after the Aravalli range. Okay, so this Central Highland is drained by the few rivers like Chambal, Sindh, Betwa, Ken, and these rivers are originate from the Malwa Plateau and they flow in northeast direction and fall into a Ganga river, meet with a Ganga river. So that's when we can say that these rivers are originate from Central Highland and flow northeastward. That means the slope of the Central Highland is from southwest to northeast. Okay, so if you see the width of the Central Highland, in west it is broad width, the more width, and in east it is narrow width. Okay, so it is also eastward extension. Central Highland extend eastward, and it's have the different name. First of all, Budelkhand, next Baghelkhand, and Chota Nagpur Plateau. So the eastward extension of Central Highland is known as the Budelkhand, next Baghelkhand, and next Chota Nagpur Plateau. Okay. So this is these are the characteristics of the Central Highland. So dear student, next we talk about the another division, the Deccan Plateau. So dear students, see the picture. Okay, Deccan Plateau, that's mean this portion is known as the Deccan Plateau. That's mean Deccan Plateau lies just south of the Narmada River. So we already learned the north part of the Narmada River known as the Central Highland, but the south portion of the Narmada River which known as the Deccan Plateau. So see very clearly, it looks like a geometric shape, a triangle. So Deccan Plateau, a triangular landmass and lie just south of the Narmada River. Okay, so if we see the altitude, so in west its altitude is greater and its slope gradually eastward. That's mean in east its altitude is very low than the western part of the Deccan Plateau. That's why it divided into a two part, the Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. So now we are going to distinguish between the Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. So first of all, this region is known as the Western Ghat and that region is known as the Eastern Ghat. So what is Eastern Ghat? The which portion? Now the western edge of Deccan Plateau is known as the Western Ghat region, either Western Ghat, and then the east edge of the eastern edge of the Deccan Plateau is known as the Eastern Ghat mountain. So first thing. The second, the Western Ghat mountain lies parallel to the western coastal plain, lies parallel to the western coastal plain. As it is, the Eastern Ghat mountain lies parallel to the eastern coastal plain. Okay. The third important fact, the average altitude of the Western Ghat is from 900 to 1600 meter. And the average altitude of the Eastern Ghat is 600 meters only. And the Anaimudi is the highest mountain peak of the Western Ghat mountain. And the Mahendragiri is the highest mountain peak of the Eastern Ghat mountain. And also we can say that the Eastern Ghat mountain is continuous and regular from north to south, but Eastern Ghat mountain is irregular, either discontinuous and dissected, because those rivers originate from that region at the Central Highland, they drain the Eastern Ghat and make the delta, like Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. So such river drain the Eastern Ghat region. That's why this region is more dissected and discontinuous and irregular, but it is continuous and regular, but it's have the some passes. So these are the difference between the Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. So now we focus on the Peninsular Plateau. This Peninsular Plateau is covered by the black soil. Black soil, it formed from the basalt rock, decomposition of the basalt rock. Basalt rock is an example of the igneous rock. That means this landform, either features are formed due to the volcanic activity. Okay, due to the volcanic activity. So black soil formed due to the influence of the basalt rock, that means parent rock, and another factor is climate. So black soil is more suitable for the growing of the cotton. That's why this soil is also known as the black cotton soil. Okay, and the further extension we found either it visible in northeastern part of India, and they also known as the Meghalaya Plateau region. And in Meghalaya, from west to east, we found the prominent hills. First of all is Garo, second Khasi and Jayantia. These hills are located in northeastern part of our country. So this is about the Peninsular Plateau of India. Okay.